From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, October the 21st, 2019. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced today that he is not able to form a coalition and has returned the mandate given to him by Israel's President Reuven Rivlin. Rivlin gave Netanyahu the mandate to try and form a government nearly 4 weeks ago. The president is now expected to give Netanyahu rival and blue and white leader Benny Gantz the mandate tomorrow morning. Netanyahu released a video today saying he has worked incessantly over the past 26 days to form a broad national unity government and has tried to bring Gantz to the table, saying that Gantz repeatedly refused. Netanyahu's deadline for building a government was this Wednesday. If Rivlin, in fact, gives Gantz the mandate tomorrow, he will now have the same 28 days that Netanyahu was given to try and build a coalition. Israel's security agency, the Shin Bet, is working with the IDF and Israel police in order to find several young Jewish Israeli extremists who attacked IDF soldiers over the weekend in the West Ridge or West Bank. Early yesterday morning, some 30 young residents of the Kumi Ori outpost near the Jewish settlement of Yitzhar threw stones at the soldiers and punctured tires of military vehicles. One soldier was lightly injured by a rock and was treated at the scene. IDF troops used riot dispersal methods to control the situation and fired their weapons in the air. The IDF said in a statement that the chief of staff determines that it is unconscionable that IDF soldiers who work day and night to protect settlers should be attacked by those whom they defend. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he strongly condemns any assault on Israeli troops. He said there will be no tolerance toward the lawbreakers who raise a hand against our soldiers. Labor Gesher party leader Amir Peretz said the condemnations were not strong enough, calling for a Knesset committee to address what he called terror in the full sense of the word. U.S. Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren suggested that withholding aid from Israel is something that could be considered in order to pressure Israel to stop building settlements. Warren was asked by reporters yesterday during a political event in Iowa about her position on making aid to Israel conditional on the stopping of settlement expansion.
Right now, Netanyahu says that he is going to take Israel in a direction of increasing settlements. That does not move us toward a two-state solution. It is the official policy of the United States of America to support a two-state solution. And if Israel is moving in the opposite direction, then everything is on the table.
And you would be prepared to...
Everything is on the table.
The leaders of the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh, where 11 worshipers were murdered almost 1 year ago, said they would like to rebuild and turn the building into a center for Jewish life in the United States and a symbol against hatred. Tree of Life leaders said on Friday that they would like to see places for worship as well as for education and social events in the building, and of course a memorial to those killed in the deadly shooting that took place on October the 27th of 2018. The synagogue's president, Sam Shackner, told the Associated Press, "The future is not about being the synagogue that was attacked." He said, "It is about being the synagogue that survived, thrived, and remembered who we are. We will turn tragedy into triumph," he said, "loss into life and love. We will be resilient and we will be strong." The storefront of a Judaica shop in France was targeted with hateful graffiti. The Jerusalem Post reports that the words "Dirty Jew" were spray painted on the storefront in Lyon while the store was closed and the owners on vacation in Israel. But they were sent photos by their neighbors, and the Post said that the owners may return early to France in order to file a complaint with local police. And a follow-up now to a story we reported to you about last month of hateful graffiti at a San Francisco area high school. The Jewish Journal of Northern California reported that a 20-year-old former student at Burlingame High School was arrested Thursday in connection with the painting of racist, homophobic, and anti-Semitic messages that included a swastika at the school. He will be charged with felony vandalism and hate crimes. If you recall, days after the incident, hundreds of Burlingame students showed up at the school wearing the school color red in order to show unity against hate. The man at the helm of the Israeli Philharmonic Orchestra took his final bow. 83-year-old Zubin Mehta has led the orchestra for the past 50 years. He had announced his retirement as music director back in December of 2016. His final performance last night at Tel Aviv's Charles Bronfman Auditorium included Liszt's Piano Concerto No. 2 and Mahler's Symphony No. 2, where he bid an emotional farewell to the musicians he calls his family. While Jews around the world are celebrating Shmini Atzeret and Simchat Torah, marking the end of the reading cycle of the Torah, the 5 books of Moses, and the beginning of a new cycle. Thousands gathered at the Western Wall in Jerusalem's Old City last night, taking part in Hakafot, the traditional dancing in a circle around the Torah. And here on JBS, we will replay Simchat Torah services that aired live last night from Central Synagogue. That's coming up at 6 tonight. Then at 7, Rabbi David Aaron speaks on joy and Judaism at the Lincoln Square Synagogue. Then at 8, we'll hear from Jewish teenagers who discuss the findings of a recent survey of their generation's attitudes and behavior, with the head of the Leffel School, Michael Kay, and Susan Wachstock of the Jewish Education Project. At 9, it's the film Faith and Fate, followed by remarks from Rabbi Meir Lau at the 92nd Street Y. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, October the 21st, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader.